Hello everyone, welcome back to the asynchronous JavaScript series. In the last video, we learned about synchronous versus asynchronous code and callbacks. So today we are going to dive into the promises, a modern and a cleaner way to handle asynchronous tasks in JavaScript. So by the end of this video, you will be able to create promises, handle success and error, and use the finally for a cleanup code, right? So let's go. So this is our VS Code where you're going to write all the code. So let me create a file first. So let's say promise.html, and I will add all the necessary things. HTML, right? Add, and then title we'll add here. So let's say promises, right? And then the body things, we're going to add the script here. So in the script section, we are going to write all the JavaScript, right? So the question is, what is promises? So a promise is an object that represents the eventual compilation or failure of an asynchronous operation, right? And it has a three state. So the first is pending, that is a initial state not yet resolved. Second is the fulfilled, that is resolved, basically that say the task completed successfully. And the third one is rejected, that's a task failed, right? So let's see and create a promise, right? So what we're going to do, we are going to write a JavaScript here. That's a so let's create, so let's say constant my promise to, and say new promise, and we are going to write here that is first one is resolve and then reject, right? We are going to make it a function. We'll say constant true success equals to true, right? And now we are going to say if success is true, then we'll say task completed successfully. Otherwise, it's a rejected. Basically, the task is failed. So we'll say if success, we'll write the console.log, and here we'll say the task is completed successfully. With a typo here, say console, right? And then we are going to say else. We'll say console.log, and we can say here that I mean not log, we can say reject, right? And it's a task failed, right? So basically resolve is called when the task is completed, or we can say task is succeed, and reject is basically when it fails, right? So rather than writing here console, we can say, so let me open a browser first. This is our browser, and now we are going to run this and we'll see what we get here. So let's run it. Say promise.html. We'll open console here. Say server responded with the error, right? So basically, creating a promise is we have created a promise here that first let's say my promise, and we say if success equals to true, if like we have defined a success equals to true, and then we are checking that if the success is resolved or not, right? So let's move to the next thing, that's a handling promises. using the then, catch, and finally, right? So we are going to write here. So we'll comment, we'll say handling promises, right? And we are going to say here that it's a my promise dot promise dot then, and we are going to say result, and we'll say console dot log, and we're going to say here that success, right? We'll print the result, and we're going to catch the error. If the promise is not resolved, then we'll print what the error we are getting here. Say console dot log, we'll say error, and then error, right? And the fine, and now we are going to use, till now like we have seen then and catch, and we are familiar with this, right? Next thing what we are going to do, we are going to use the finally. So if both of the cases will be failed, then the finally will run, right? So we'll say dot finally, and we are going to create a arrow function, and we'll say console dot log, and we'll say this run after this runs no matter what. So the question is what we are doing here. The first, then it handle the success, right? This one, and then catch is handle errors, and the finally always runs for the perfect and cleanup task, right? So let's run it and see what we get here. So let's switch to the browser, and we got here. So it's a console log. Let's place here. Yeah, it's a console.log, right? And see, they say success task is completed successfully, and the finally thing is here. We can see in a console. It says this runs no matter what, right? So we have successfully run this the like handling promises that say then, catch, and finally, right? So and that's how you work with the promises in JavaScript using then, catch, and the finally, right? Using then, catch, and finally. So in the next video, we are going to learn about promise chaining, how to execute multiple async tasks in a sequence without callback hell, right? And that is going to be a very interesting, and we will learn about there how we can avoid the callback hell. So if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you into the next one.